Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Ailey, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look that I'm wearing right now. It is a sort of bridal look, I suppose. It's sort of an everyday look, but I've added lashes. You can add any sort of lashes that you want. You can do any sort of colours that you want, whatever the bride wants, you know, bridesmaids, whatever. Different sort of colours if they want to match their bridesmaids dresses, etc, etc, but this is just my version of a really simple bridal look. So I hope you enjoy, and don't forget I do have a giveaway going on, so if you want to check that out I'll leave a link for you up here. But apart from that, let's just crack right on with this video. So I'm going to start off today. I've already moisturised my skin with my regular moisturiser, and I'm just going to use the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer on all of my face. And then just for my kind of T-zone area where I tend to get sort of pore issues, I'm going to use the Nude Magique Blur Cream from Loreal. For foundation, I'm going to use the Dior Forever Foundation. I absolutely love this. This is a fantastic foundation. It's really good if you've got oily skin and combination skin. If you've got dry skin like me, make sure that you really hydrate your skin first. Use a nice hydrating primer. And I actually mix in the L'Oreal Lumi Magic primer as well, and it just makes it a little bit more hydrating throughout the day. I'm not going to set that just yet. I'm going to let it set down naturally as much as it's going to, and I'm going to spot conceal and all that good stuff. Spot conceal, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal and literally just spot conceal. I'm using a Real Techniques small dual fibre brush to do this. For under my eyes, I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm not using a massive amount of this. I'm just wanting to kind of conceal what I need to conceal, and a little bit does go a long way. Before I set my face, I'm just going to use my MAC Lady Blush just to add a little bit of colour to the cheeks. Then to set my foundation, I'm just going to use the RCMA No Colour Powder and lightly coat my beauty blender in it and just set my under eyes first. And I didn't bake with that. All I did was used a really small amount of the powder and let the moisture from the sponge melt the powder into the foundation. And then, because obviously there's going to be a little bit of excess powder, you can just take a big powder brush and really gently go over the top just to knock off any excess powder. And I'll let that all kind of sit and settle in, and I'll move on to the eyes. Grab my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly as usual. I'm just going to grab a beauty blender because I want this to be a really light coating, and prime my eyelids. And I'm doing it literally from lash line to brow bone. And I'm just going to take a Morphe M528 brush and a little bit of that No Colour Powder and set that all down. So I'm going to use the 35O palette from Morphe for this look, and I'm just going to stick a kind of mixture of these colours here in my crease just as transition shades. And I want this to be really blown out. I don't want it to be kind of too defined or anything like that. I want it to be really nice and soft. Now I'm grabbing my Morphe M332 brush and I'm going to dip into this shade here. And I'm just making sure to place this just slightly underneath the last shade. So the other shade stops right up almost at my brow bone, and this one's just going right in the socket of my eye. So I'm just going to really lightly dip into this shade here, and I don't want to make it as dark as it looks in the pan. I just want to deepen it on the outer corner just ever so slightly. For that I used my Morphe M518 brush, and I'm just going to switch back to the M332 now. I'm going to go into a combination of this shade and the transition shades that I used and just blend that all out nicely so it all kind of blends seamlessly together. For my eyelid, I'm going to use this shade here. It's just a really nice kind of bronzy gold colour. Then I'm going to grab the M332 again and just dip into that darker shade just a little bit and blend out the edges of that. I'm going to grab this lighter gold in here and just pop that in the centre of my eyelid. Then I'm going to grab a Real Techniques base shadow brush and grab the transition shade that I used and run this under my lower lash line. And then with this Real Techniques accent brush, I'm going to grab the darker crease colour and put this really close to my lash line on the lower lashes. I'm going to do my eyebrows now just because I think it looks crazy without eyebrows done. For my eyebrows, I'm going to use the Benefit Brow in shade 5, and I've got this Morphe M165 brush. It's just a slightly bigger sort of angled brush and it's a little bit thicker, so it gives a kind of softer effect. Then I'll go back and I'll set them at the very end because I'm going to be working with powders on my face and odds are that powder will fall into them, and then when I set them at the end it'll get rid of any of that. Because I'm going to put false lashes on, I'm just going to quickly line my eyes. I'm not going to do a wing or anything like that, I'm just going to line it from inner corner to outer corner. Okay, so now that's done, I'm just going to glue up my lashes, and I'm using the KoKo lashes in the style Goddess. So I'm going to use the Rimmel Lash Accelerator Endless for my lower lashes, and I'll put a coat of that on my top lashes as well. And I'm just going to apply my lashes now. For my waterline, I'm just going to run Mr. Bing from Colourpop in that really lightly, nothing too extreme. And for bronzer, I'm going to use the Cheek Parade palette and dip into Hoola Light and mix just a little tiny touch of Hoola as well. I'm going to use my Morphe M551 brush. I don't like to do anything too heavy when it comes to contour or anything like that, just because it can look really fake. So I'm just going to dip into Cool Porcelain from Makeup Geek with this Real Techniques contour brush and literally just take the smallest amount. And contour will depend person to person. Obviously if somebody has a slightly larger forehead, you would contour right around the top. And for me, I have quite a square sort of shaped face, so I like to do the sides of my temples to kind of try and elongate my face a little bit more. And then it would depend on their nose shape and things like that, whether or not you're going to bother contouring their nose. I do like to contour my nose, so I'm going to grab my Morphe M330 brush and go slightly into Cool Porcelain and just put this on the tip of my nose on either side. And then I like to put a little bit at the top as well, just kind of connecting my eyebrows to my nose. Just wipe off my brush and sort of blend them all together. And it sort of creates a line, but it sort of doesn't. And take a little bit of Spellbound from Makeup Geek and just run that across the top of where I put Lady Blush earlier. For highlight, I'm going to use, as always, the Anastasia Nicole Glow Kit, and this really depends on what it is that the bride wants, really. If they want a more matte look, then you would avoid it altogether. If they wanted something really subtle, you could go for something really subtle. If they want something really extreme, you could wet your brush and stuff like that. So it all really depends on what they want. And for colour, I really just mix these two colours together, so it kind of gives a wee bit of a combination. And I'm going to use this palette as well, and I'm just going to pick up Glow Getter to highlight my inner corners. For lips, I'm going to use Kinda Sexy from MAC. And I think I'm going to mix in just a little bit of Velvet Teddy. And now that all the powders are done, I can just run through my brows with the Ready Set Brow from Benefit and set them all down. And then as a final step, I would always use a setting spray of some descriptions. The Urban Decay ones are really good. You get a bridal one, I think, actually, with Urban Decay. And you can use Scandinavia as well. Scandinavia and Urban Decay setting spray is exactly the same thing. I don't know if it's still the case, but Scandinavia used to be cheaper. I actually think they've gotten more expensive now. But they were really good. The Maybelline Superstay 24, and I haven't had any problems with it, so... And that is this look complete. So yeah, just something kind of a little bit more on the simple side. Obviously you can switch out the lashes, you can switch out the colours. Don't want anything that's too heavy, you don't want anything that's gonna slide off by the end of the day or anything like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then I would love if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I post videos every Wednesday and Friday, but if you are a subscriber you should know that by now. So yeah, hopefully I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.